Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are doing an updated record collection. I think it's been 2 years since I did my last record collection, and my record collection has grown quite a lot. I've actually really fallen back in love with collecting records, listening to my vinyls, playing music, all of the things. And so I am so excited to do an updated version of this video. I'm not going to be going into the record player I have, any of the care items that I have for my vinyls. If you're curious about that, watch my last video. I will have it linked in the description. In the beginning of the video, I kind of talk about those things. This video is just going to be really long, so I kind of want to get straight into it. The only other thing that I want to say before we get right into the record collection itself is if you are someone who thinks that you are cooler than everyone else because you have a different music taste, this is not the video, this is not the channel for you. I'm not that girl. Don't test me in the comments. You are a man who thinks that collecting records is only for cool alternative indie people that only listen to the Beatles on repeat. Click off. This ain't the place for you. Anyways, let's get straight into my record collection. We're gonna get a little bit closer just because I have a lot of records. I believe my last video that I did of this, I think I only had this section of this shelving unit full, but now we've almost completed a second square, which is crazy. Oh, I'm so excited. I kid you not, every night, all I do is I come home from work. Well, I come home from the gym and then I put on a record, I'll cook, I'll clean, do whatever, I'll put on a record, I'll journal, I'll read fanfic. Like I just love my records lately. So let's dive straight into this video. Similar to how I did my last video, we're just gonna go through them and I will show you each of the discs and everything like that. The first record that I have is not in one of my protector sleeves. I do need to buy more of those. I should do that today while Black Friday sales are still going on. But this is Stray Kids' Karma. I have fallen deep into K-pop. Literally, I've not really been posting on YouTube and all I've been doing is watching K-pop videos and posting on TikTok, which by the way, if you've been missing my uploads and you've been wondering where I am, I have been posting on TikTok, so you should go follow me there. If I'm ever absent on YouTube, I'm most likely posting on TikTok. Yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with like short form content and it fits a little bit better in my schedule, but I do want to get back into filming YouTube videos. Anyways, that was a little random tangent, but this is Stray Kids' Karma. And this disc, it's just a clear disc. Honestly, K-pop companies don't really release vinyls a whole lot. They're starting to, but they usually just do CDs. Anytime that a K-pop album that I really like is on vinyl, I'm gonna buy it. I think K-pop albums are so fun because they have like the little photo cards and everything. But yes, this is Karma. This is not their latest album. Technically, Do It just dropped. Favorite song on this album is Creed. If you have never listened to Stray Kids' Creed, you need to. It is the perfect gym song, and Hyunjin in the music video looks insane. So this is the first one that I have. This is Olivia Dean's, what is it? The Art of Loving, I believe it is. Yes, Olivia Dean, The Art of Loving. This has been my most played vinyl since I bought this. I kid you not, I think I've played this 100 times, and that's literally probably a lower estimate. I play this every single day. I probably play this album through like twice a day. It is so good. It is just a classic black disc. But this album, I like, from someone who genuinely loves music and the creation and the art of it, this is such a good album that describes love and the process of relationships. It goes fully from falling into love, the giddiness of it, to someone pushing you away, the breakup, everything. This album is so good. I don't even need to explain it. I've loved Olivia Dean for years, ever since she came out with The Hardest Part. That is when I first fell in love with her, and now I'm really just happy that everyone else is loving her too. Favorite songs on this album, definitely Something in Between for my fellow avoidant attachment people, and A Couple Minutes, and then Let Alone the One You Love. Like, I honestly, this whole album is favorite. This whole album is so good. I don't know. But yes, I have that. And then this album I actually just got yesterday. I was waiting on 2 albums to come in before I filmed this video. This is Five Sauce's latest album, Everyone's a Star. I'm a huge Five Sauce girl. I am honestly, like, if I was to use any sort of word to describe myself, I'm just a fangirl. Like, that is the best adjective that I could think to describe my personality. This disc is a orange disc that is sparkly. I don't know if you can really see the sparkles. You can see it in person comparison. They're very tiny. It's like silver. And I believe this is the Target version. I don't know. I got it at Target on the like the Black Friday buy two get a record free. I got this one and another one that I'm going to show you, but third album that I actually got was the Neighborhoods like re-release of, oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. This is the vinyl. It's not going to come in till February, so it's not going to be in this video, but that one is pre-ordered to be added to my collection. And then this is the other album that just came in yesterday that I just added to my collection. I was playing this, and this is one of those records, this and the Olivia Dean one, they're just like made to be played on a record player. I know this sounds so pretentious if you're watching this and you do not have a record player, but there's just genuinely something about certain albums and certain music that is meant to be played on a record player, and this is one of them. This is Kansas Anymore, The Longest Goodbye by Role Model. This album is 2 discs and they're both yellow, bright yellow. I still need to transfer these over to my sleeves that I have for them. Favorite songs on this album. I feel like I'm going through these albums kind of fast, but it's because we have so many albums to talk about in this video. My favorite songs on this are definitely Slut Era Interlude, Old Recliners, and then Slip Fast probably. And now we're gonna kind of get into all of my K-pop records because I bought a ton of K-pop records all at the same time. This is Golden by Jungkook. This is his solo album. I love this album so much. I already took out my photo cards. They're in a binder. I know I'm a nerd. Anyways, the disc itself is a gold disc. Kind of see it better. I'm just gonna put my favorite songs on the screen so that we can just talk about the albums and we're not just sitting here for so long today talking about music, even though I would love to. The band that got me into K-pop, ENHYPEN. This is Romance Untold by ENHYPEN. I am a Nicki stan, even though Jake is the one that caught my eye and got me into it. Love this. It's a red disc. Love this album so much. And then I have my man, Jimin's Face. This album is literally pop perfection. I love this album so much. It is a white disc, which I don't really think I have a lot of white discs for some reason, even though I feel like that is a popular vinyl color. But yes, love this album so much. Genuinely perfection. Set Me Free Part 2. Girl, don't even get me started. And then I have the girlies that I literally just saw in concert. I saw Cat's Eye the first night of their tour. They opened their Beautiful Chaos tour in Minneapolis and I was there, and I actually believe that was their first concert in general. So I got to see them and that was so exciting. This album and just like the concept, they look so good. If I remember, this is just, oh, I think it's a red disc because it was a vinyl I got at Target. A red disc. Love this album. Game Boy, favorite song. And then I have my BTS bias. This is V's album. I believe this one is a black disc. I love K-pop records, but I find this so annoying to deal with. They have it on it because they have the photo cards and everything so people don't steal them, but it's just so annoying to deal with. Oh! I haven't played this album in a while. It's not a black disc, it is a silver disc. So thankfully I grabbed this out to show you. This album is just so, like, if you like more relaxed, I don't want to compare it to jazz because that's like not at all what it is, but it's just very relaxing. Like, I put this on and I clean my apartment. This is the album for you. I love this. Also, rest in peace. This is his little dog, which if you ever look up videos of him and his dog, they were the cutest little pair. So, and then we get into some of my Sabrina Carpenter albums. I've been a Sabrina Carpenter fan since, God, what is the album that has, I used to listen to her back in high school. Like, I kid you not, like back in the day. I went to her tour for the Emails I Can't Send tour. She was at, her venue got moved. She was in St. Paul somewhere, I remember. But I've been listening to her since the Evolution era. Feels Like Loneliness, Running High, Don't Want It Back. Love those. So I do love collecting like variants of artists that I really like. And I think this is one of the most beautiful album covers that I've ever seen. This is stunning. Like, when I think of Man's Best Friend, like, yeah, that's old Hollywood. That's glam. I love this album so much. Like, that, stunning. That is sick. So I have this. I think I only have one other version of this album, which I literally ordered at the same time that I ordered this one. This is the second album that I have of Man's Best Friend. I also think this cover is beautiful. I really want to one day, like if I have I feel like I can't show that on YouTube. That's the inside. I would really like to one day have like a record wall, like my record player and then records all over the wall, but I just don't live in a space where I can do that right now. But maybe one day I will have that. And then that one is just a pink disc. And then I have another Enhypen record. This is Desire Unleash, which is my favorite Enhypen album. Outside, oh my god, that song lives in my head rent-free. I think I watch the Outside dance practice video at least once a day. Like all I do at the gym is watch K-pop performance videos. It's a hack to get like an hour on the stair climber. I'm telling you. It is a translucent red disc. Love this album. So good. And then we have my favorite boy band. Some of this video, if you've already watched my other record collections, might be a little repetitive because I am just gonna fully go through all of them again. There are repeats, obviously, because I have already showed you some of my records. But this is Inhaler Cuts and Bruises, which is my favorite Inhaler album. Love it so much. Dublin and Ecstasy is still like, I dream of that song. I love that song so much. Saw them when they were in Minnesota. Such a good band. I love you, Elijah Houston. I wish you were real. And the vinyl itself is very cool. Also, I love just a good black, white, and red moment. As you can tell from A, what I'm wearing, and B, my apartment theme, I just am a sucker for it. This is my last K-pop record, and actually, I didn't even buy this for myself. I have two, now that's what I call whatever, vinyls, and I actually bought this for my brother-in-law. This is a Now That's What I Call K-pop vinyl. I wasn't even listening to K-pop when I bought this. I bought this for him, but he doesn't have a record player, so I was like, oh, I'll just keep it at my place, and then if you and my sister ever come over, we can all just like listen to it and hang out, whatever. Have they ever come over to listen to it? No. But I bought this and then I got into K-pop and I opened it and there were photo cards from like all of the different bands that are on it. It is a light pink disc, but literally this is loaded. It has Stray Kids, TXT, Twice, aespa, Enhypen, LE SSERAFIM, ITZY, Red Velvet, NCT Dream, 50/50, Kepler, Rise. There are so many artists on this and it's all good songs. So I do play this one a lot and it's actually fun because the thing with records, and I really do enjoy this, when you listen to a record, you're committing to listening to a full album front to back, and that is very fun, but it is a different like music experience versus just playing music in your headphones or on a speaker and having like an actual playlist. Having these albums on vinyl feels more like just listening to a playlist, and I think that's very fun. Honestly, I really want to get more Now That's What I Call Blank albums on vinyl because they're really fun to listen to. So I need to play this one again. Honestly, all I'm gonna do after editing this video is just listen to all of these. Then I have Boy Genius. I love listening to this album on record. This vinyl, beautiful. It is like a neon orange with, if you can see it, little like tan / yellow swirls in it. Honestly, I love albums that are super depressing on vinyl. They were meant to be played on vinyl. I have Brat Deluxe. Brat, and it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not. I bought this earlier this year and I saw Charlie XCX actually this year. I believe, if I remember, these are clear discs. Hey, so I lied to you when I said I don't have a lot of white vinyls. This is white. I haven't played this album in a really long time. This one is really fun to play, but this is definitely like, I'll put this on when I'm getting ready to go out to the club or like go out with my friends. But yes, I have this album. Then I also have Tate McRae's So Close to What. This album, I bought it at Target like back when the album released, but this album is an example of an album where like this album is not on streaming. If you know what I'm talking about, you get it, but like the intro with Sydney Sweeney and Miss Possessive is not on this album. There are changes to some of the songs. It's because her album got leaked before it got released, so she reworked some of it, but obviously like pressing records takes a lot of time. This album is the original version of what she created, and then whatever is on streaming is what she ended up releasing. One, it's like a little peach with some swirls. And then I was actually playing this album the other day. This is Mac Miller. Mac Miller is just such a great artist to play on a record player if you have one. Just clear discs. I love this album. This is one of those that you put on and you just feel calm, and it's the best feeling ever. So such a great album. If you've not listened to it, you need to. And then I have Taylor Swift Reputation. I remember when this was like the most difficult record to get my hands on. I used to have notifications for when this was restocked, and every single time it restocked, I missed it. This is the one with the photos on the discs. There's another photo. There's this one, which is like the one that everyone always thinks of, and then also that one. I don't really listen to Taylor Swift as much as I used to, just is what it is, but I will always love this album. This album reminds me so deeply of high school and my old friends. I appreciate like photo ones. I really appreciate like the artistry and creativeness that the creation of this vinyl set has. I don't know if I worded that really weird, sorry. But one record that I really want to get and add to my collection, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the records where when you spin it, it looks like a photo, so it will look like the artist is jumping, or it will be like whatever design that they want. I do not have any albums that are like that. That is a collector's dream of mine, is to add one of those to my collection, but they're usually really expensive, and usually they're like limited edition releases from like Europe will release them. And I love collecting records, but not that much where I want to pay to get it shipped over to America and then pay all the random fees. I don't know why that made me think, like showing you this made me think of that, but I really do want to add a record like that to my collection. Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. Absolutely love this album. Another album that reminds me of being in high school. These ones are clear discs. And then I have my copy of Short and Sweet. I am so glad that I bought this cover. This is a limited edition cover that she released for the album. I think this cover is so beautiful, and the album itself is so beautiful. And then it is just clear discs, but I think I love the cover for Short and Sweet, but I love, like, this is just such a fun limited edition version of it. I almost missed a record. This is what I did last time where I was sliding them in and out and I almost missed albums, is Sabrina Carpenter's Christmas album. So I should actually put this to the side and I will spin this today because it's right now Thanksgiving weekend and I actually need to decorate my apartment for Christmas, so I should probably do that and I should play this. The actual disc is like an opaque green, very beautiful. Love this album, very fun. This and Ariana Grande and Casey Musgraves too, their Christmas music, so good. We're gonna reposition too because my legs are losing feeling. Next album that I have is One Direction 4. Rest in peace, Liam Payne. I love One Direction, grew up with them. They were the first band that, like, as cheesy as it is, like, it's One Direction, whatever, but they were the first band that kind of introduced me to really loving music the way that I love music today. Just standard black discs, but this album and One Direction themselves are such like an integral building block to who I am today. So I love and appreciate them so much. Love the aesthetic of this album. From here on out is probably where it will get a little bit more repetitive if you've already watched my older record collection. So I totally get if you want to skip out on the rest of this video. But if you've never watched any of my record collections and you're still curious, let's keep chatting. Then I have the Tortured Poets department. I believe these ones are just black discs. Hey, I'm guessing all of these discs wrong. These discs are just clear discs. There are so many things in this record. I do not think I will be able to put this album in like a gatefold protector, but I do need to put it in one. But yes, I have this. This album is so fun. I love this album. This is Nick Jonas. He has a solo album, obviously. Just a standard black disc. But this is like such a fun pop, you just want to dance in your living room album. I will play this. So fun. Then literally this time last year I got this album. This is the Wicked soundtrack. So obviously if you've watched the Wicked movie, like whatever, you'll get it, you understand the storyline. But what I love is if you play this, you also get the entire storyline, obviously because it's a musical. But yes, I have this. I need to get the Wicked for Good. I haven't even seen the movie yet. I should probably do that this weekend, but this is what the disc looks like. Last year when I was decorating for Christmas, this was the only thing that I would play. Like, I was obsessed with this movie when it came out. Then I have, what is this? Midwest Princess? The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Miss Chapel Roan. herself. I love this album. Love Chappell Roan. Saw her at Lollapalooza 2024. It's been ages since my last Lolla, but love this album so much. Again, such a fun album to play. It's like peach with white swirls in it, if you can kind of see. Then I have probably one of the most monumental pop albums to ever exist, especially for me. This is Ariana Grande's Dangerous Woman. This is genuinely pop perfection in an album. No pop girly nowadays comes even close to her during this run. I say that with my full chest into it. I was an Ariana Grande fan through and through in high school, and this album is everything to me. I don't think I could even pick a favorite on this album. They all are so god tier. So I have this. Oh, I love the aesthetic of this album to this day. And then I have an album, I've not even opened this, and I do need to rip this open because I know that if you leave them in shrink wrap, it actually is not good for the records. So I opened it to let it breathe. This is 1989 Taylor's version. I've never actually played this record, but I have it in my collection. I can't remember if, I think my mom bought this for me. These are the Tangerine. There's a bonus track in this? Oh my God, I need to play this. I did not know that there was a bonus track on this, but these are Tangerine discs. Next, I have again another like monumental album for me. This is Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour. Back in like 2019, 2020, when I was first in college, I listened to this album on repeat all the time. Loved this album so much. I saw her at Lollapalooza back in 2019. I adore this era of Casey Musgraves. I think this is like one of the best albums to ever exist. So have that. I genuinely don't understand like how some people can go about their life and not listen to music and feel like deep feelings. Just talking about these albums, I'm so happy. Like, I love music so much and the artistry behind all of it, and like kind of a funny one, but great album. This is Doo-Wops and Hooligans by Bruno Mars. When I was in high school, I had a very big Bruno Mars phase. I love the Short King. He releases nothing but bangers. So I have this album. And then I also have Ariana Grande Positions. Again, I'm gonna say this about every album, but like also these are just some of my favorite albums to ever exist, which is why I have them on vinyl. But this album so deeply transports me back to college and falling in love for the first time, which is like weird to admit, but this album, so good. Safety Net, bro, don't even get me started. If I remember correctly, I think this is a glow in the dark disc, but I could just be lying to you. Another Christmas album. This is Casey Musgrave's Christmas album. I'm also gonna put this to the side so that I can play this while I decorate. It is a standard white disc. Hey, remember in the beginning of this video when I lied to you and I said that I don't have a lot of white discs? Yeah, don't know what that was about. I have a very fun album. This is one of my favorite Marvel. It actually is probably my favorite Marvel thing to just exist. This is the WandaVision soundtrack. These ones are also photo discs. So you have Agatha. Oh, this makes me so sad. But you have Wanda and him on the other side. And then this is my other Now That's What I Call Music album. This is the Now That's What I Call 2000s hip hop. I was raised on Now That's What I Call Music CDs. So these CDs these vinyls are so fun to me because of the nostalgia, but also like 2000s hip hop is probably one of my favorite genres. It is 2 discs, but I can't get the second one. It is a silver and a gold disc. Hold. Okay, there's the gold disc. Miss Indie, I'm Not Like Other Girls. I have Currents by Tame Impala. These ones are just standard black discs, but unfortunately my copy, the hole in the center is very tiny. So if I ever play this, I literally have to like rip the record off. So I like never play this album because A, this was a very expensive record for some reason when I bought it, and B, I just don't want to break it in 2. And then I also have Sweetener by Ariana Grande. Love this album. Standard black disc. I have Wallow's Nothing Happens. Also love this album. Also transports me back to a very specific era of my life. Oh, I have not listened to this record in a while. Such a good one. This is actually one of the first albums that I bought back when I was like 16 and I started collecting records. This is Catfish and the Bottlemen. And the funny thing about this album is at the time when I picked this record out, I was like just in Barnes or something record shopping. I didn't even listen to them, but I saw this cover and I was like, that looks good. I went on iTunes, I went on Spotify, listened to a few songs and I was like, yeah, I think I would like that. And I just bought it. And you know what? I love Catfish and the Bottlemen. So good job, 16-year-old me. I just had to take a little break because I've been filming this video for so long already and we're not even halfway done. So if you thought we were speeding before, girl, we gotta keep going. Next album that I have Olivia Rodrigo. This is Sour. I think this is one of the albums that I did have the last time that I filmed this video, but for some reason I skipped over it. But like I just showed you, it is like an electric blue disc. Very fun album. This is James Bay, Chaos and the Calm. This album, again, another record that was just meant to be played on a record player. Like, this is how you're meant to listen to this album. Standard black disc. Very good album. Then I have one of my 2 copies of Harry's House. I'm not a collector of the same album but different variants, except for like my one Sabrina Carpenter Man's Best Friend duo that I have. Usually I just choose one variant and that is the one that I'm gonna get. This is the yellow copy, and this I believe is the first one that I bought. I think I got this one at Target, but the thing is, I felt very left out because everyone had this version of the album. Oh, I love this variant. Oh, do you get why I bought 2? I needed the Pepsi blue, like Coke bottle blue version of this album. So I do have 2 copies of Harry's House, but also it's Harry Styles. And I literally have a Harry Styles tattoo. So like there are worse things that I could spend my money on. We're finally on this stack, which is probably going to be the most repetitive if you've watched my other record collection. Let's go through it. So I have Ariana Grande, My Everything, the album that got me into Ariana Grande. Speaking of albums that were meant to be played on a vinyl record player, this is the 1975 I Like It When You Sleep, For You're So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. The most extra title for an album ever, but I love this album. I saw this album live. I think I've seen the 1975 live probably 10 times. I've been a fan of them since I was 15. I saw them back when they played Roy Wilkins Auditorium, which I don't even think that people perform there anymore in Minnesota. If anyone is from Minnesota watching this video, is Roy Wilkins still like a thing? Because that's the only artist that I've ever seen there, I think, and I've never had concerts people go there anymore. Anyways, oh, just showed you that. And then I have the Lumineers. This one is also just a standard black disc. Then I have my girl Miss Lennon Stella, the other artist that I have a tattoo for. You can't really see it. Actually, the reason I named my dog Stella is she is named after Lennon Stella. Also, hey, red and black. 2 favorite colors, so shout out. And then I have Taylor Swift, Speak Now. I did get this album before she had bought her masters again, but this was like one of my favorite records in my collection because at the time I could still listen to the OG songs without giving support to that person. I have Sam Fender Hypersonic Missiles. If you do not listen to Sam Fender and you like indie rock, British rock music, you need to listen to this album. I recommend Sam Fender to so many people and I always am surprised when people have never heard of him. If you like Olivia Dean, you're gonna like Sam Fender. Not that they make the same type of music, but they have the same vibe, and that's the best way that I can describe it. I think Sam Fender is probably within like my top 5 favorite artists of all time. And then, if I remember correctly, this is the first record that I ever bought. This is Zella Day's Kicker. So good. I actually played this the other day. I love this album so much. There's so much nostalgia with this record. Next record that I have is Mr. Hozier himself. Oh my god. Just a black disc, but this is one of those albums that you just throw on and you cook or you bake and it's just everything. I have One Direction, Take Me Home. Not gonna lie, I forgot that I had this album. I always forget that the One Direction album that I do not own is Made in the AM, and I always see that album when I'm out in public and I'm always like, oh, I don't need to buy it because I have it, but I don't. That's the One Direction album that I don't have. Anyways, this one is a clear disc with these like white little stripes throughout it. This is another album that I do have 2 copies of, but it's not that I have 2 copies of it for my own like reason or whatever. I believe I bought one of them and then my mom bought me one thinking that I didn't have it. But this is Folklore by Taylor Swift. I think I have just 2 versions of the same album. It's just a red disc. Pull out my other one just to double check that they're both the same. Yeah, it's literally 2 copies of the same album. So I should give this to like my mom, or she doesn't have a record player. I need to find someone that has a record player that would maybe want to buy that from me, because I feel bad owning 2 copies of that album. And then I have the other Boy Genius album. This is probably my favorite of the 2 Boy Genius albums. Love this one. Then I have Midnights. I have the Jade green discs. I just thought that these ones were the prettiest out of all of the ones that she released. Bruh, you already know, looking at me, that I have Arctic Monkeys. Just a standard black disc, but such a classic, and again, another record that was meant to be played as a vinyl. I also have Hosier's Unreal Unearth. I also saw this album live. I think I saw him perform this live twice, because we went to his concert and then he performed. He was a headliner at Lala. Just black discs, but very, very good record. And then I have Harry Styles' Fine Line. I forgot how thick this album was because it has so many discs. This is one of my favorite variants that I own. I love the clear, but all the spots on it. It is clear. You're kind of seeing the background of the sleeve, but there, you can see it better. And then I have another Sam Fender album, and this one also is black discs, if I remember. We're learning anything from this video, I do not remember. That's what the inside of the gatefold looks like. I haven't really showed you the inside of most of these gatefolds, sorry. I'm more focused on showing you the actual record and just talking about them. I have MGMT. Again, just a standard black disc. Another album I've not played in a while, but such a good record. This is Muna, and this one is actually like a vibrant orange. Very, very fun. Love this record. I've seen this album live like 2 or 3 times. Why is this not going in? I actually have, if you've watched my videos, you've seen it, but I also have a signed set list from them in a frame. When they opened for Casey Musgraves, I actually got the set list from that night, which is really cool. The next album that I have is Harry Styles' Self-Titled. Love this album so much. I wish he would release music like this again. I think this is my like favorite type of music that he has ever made. Such a good album, oh my god. And then I also have another Mac Miller album. This is Good AM, and it is a little like silver disc. I have Stevie Nicks. My mom bought me this album. These are like all of her best hits. These are just standard black discs. Next album that I have is Maroon 5, Hands All Over. Say what you want about Maroon 5, but this era of their music is so good. We're definitely getting into like 16-year-old me bought these records, but this is Halsey's Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. That is gorgeous. That is beautiful. Love that. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that I had this album, but I have Alicia Cara. I used to be obsessed with this album. This one is like a neon pink disc. Something that I find so fun about like collecting records, I already kind of talked about this earlier, but each of these albums has such a specific era in my mind I think of the music with, and it's so fun to like do this and go back and experience those memories. This is Greta Van Fleet. My Greta Van Fleet era, oh, I love you. Light My Love, that song, oh, love Greta Van Fleet. I honestly don't know if like what that band is up to. I haven't followed them since my era of listening to their music. This one is such a beautiful like translucent forest green. And then I have Calvin Harris Funk Waves. Such a good summer album. This one's just a standard black disc. Such a good album. Such a fun album to listen to in the summer. The next record is for all the men that are watching this video that are like, oh, she has shit music taste. Yes, I have the Beatles. Shut up. Next, my little hopeless romantic 16-year-old heart that thought she had never experienced anything more painful than heartbreak has Sam Smith. Just a standard black disc, but such a good album. I played this album and would journal literally for hours on repeat. I overplayed this album to the point where my mom used to hate Sam Fender. Don't know if she still does, but this is also not Sam Fender. I just said Sam Fender. This is Sam Smith. The nostalgia of this record and being on Stan Twitter during the Sounds Good, Feels Good era. Oh my god. Yes, I own the Ghostbusters soundtrack. Yes, I literally only own it because Five Sauce has a song on this album, and yes, they literally hate this song, but I love this soundtrack. Don't even get me started on my Queen Marina. I have turned more and more into like 15-year-old me this year the last couple of months. Electric Pink album. This era and Tumblr go hand in hand. Me and Tumblr right now go hand in hand. Anyways, love Marina and the Diamonds. Also, it is a snow day right now. It is snowing so heavily outside and the snow plows just got here. So if you can hear them outside my window, I apologize. We're literally so close to being done. Next, I have Shawn Mendes. This is also just a black disc, but middle school me ate this album up. Another album that I ate up in high school. This is Her. I forgot that I had this on record. I will be playing this today. Such a good album. If you love R&B, just like chill music, and you've not listened to this album, you should give it a chance. This is an album that I did not buy myself. My sister actually bought, but she doesn't have a record player, so she gave it to me. This is the Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. Very fun. Also, I'm gonna put to the side with all of my Christmas albums because I need to put up my Christmas tree and I've been procrastinating doing it. So what better ambiance than listening to Sabrina Carpenter talk about how shitty men are, followed up by Snoopy. Next, I have my copy of Inhalers, It Won't Always Be Like This. If I remember correctly, I think this is signed. I think there's something on the inside that's signed. Maybe I took it out and put it somewhere. No, it is this. I forgot that I had this. I need to frame this and put this on my wall, but I love these men. Anyways, it is a blue disc. I need to get a frame for that and I should put that on my wall. One day, I really want to have all of my concert posters that are framed, my band photos that are framed, any merch, things like that. I want to just have like a big wall of all of my like music memorabilia. That will happen when I have a house, and that doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. Next album that I have is also a throwback. This is Billie Eilish's first EP, I believe. This one is a split vinyl and it is yellow and red. I low-key miss this era of Visco Tumblr art ho. And then, like I said, I did have a big Bruno Mars era. This is Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic. The disc is black, but what I love about this is the little like center sticker makes it look so retro. Another album that I absolutely love, this is Cage the Elephant. This one is also just a standard black disc. I love how that looks. And then I have a very old copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumors that I got at the thrift store. I believe my mom got this, or at like a vintage shop. Just a black disc. And then I also, another album that my mom bought at like a vintage estate place. This is The Best of the Doors. Then I have Ed Sheeran's X. I've not played this one in so long, but this has Don't Nina Photograph Tenerife Sea. Again, black disc. I bought this at Electric Fetus, which is probably one of the most iconic record stores to ever exist, but specifically in Minnesota. An independent, like small business record store, but it's the one that Prince was really obsessed with. Really just everyone. If you know Electric Fetus, you know. And I went there one day and they had this album on clearance and I bought it because I was like, you know what? It was, what was it? It was like less than 10 bucks, I think. The girl on the cover and the cover itself is really pretty, but I listened to some of it on Spotify and I was like, wow, this seems fun. Let me buy it. I've never once played this album before, so I do need to put this to the side and I should play this today. I cannot believe I've never played this. Another album that is just so good. This is Miley Cyrus Plastic Hearts. Just a standard black disc, but this album, so good. And then I have Casey Musgrave's Starcross, and this is one of the coolest gatefolds that I've ever seen. I wish more people would do something like this. What is actually really fun is this album release was like a mystery vinyl variant, and this is the variant that I got. It's like this, it looks more yellow on camera, honestly. It's probably because of the lighting, but it's like this electric, like think of lime Gatorade. That's what that looks like. I love this whole experience, from the gatefold itself to it being, you don't know what color you're gonna get. It was just so fun. And I remember opening this and being so excited that I got the color that I actually wanted. And then I have some more albums, but I'm only gonna show you two more because they're the only other albums that are like in my collection that I care about. The other ones are ones that family have given me that I don't play. But I have Badlands by Halsey, a classic Tumblr era album. Little kind of like hot pink and then white swirls in there. Such a good album. I wish we didn't have to end on this note, but the last album that I'm gonna show you today is Panic at the Disco. I've not played this album in ages, but listen, this was an era of my life and it was fun. And that's that. It's just a black disc, very boring. And then I only have 3 other discs, but it's literally like albums that my grandma gave me that I never play. And they were like from her old record collection. Yeah, but that is all of my records that I own. I feel dead. 2 hours later and we're done filming this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry if it was so long, but if there are any albums that you think that I should buy or keep an eye out, any variants, let me know in the comments. And then also if you like any of these albums, let me know what your favorite album and favorite song in my collection is. This has been my baby the last couple of months. All I do is choose a random album and just sit on my couch and dissociate and listen to music. And honestly, I love it for myself. If you are not already, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. And until then, go follow me on TikTok if you're not already and you miss my weekly uploads. I'm definitely posting like daily on TikTok. So yeah, bye.